All right, party people, come back, come back, come back, come back, join me. Good morning, Sheréa VéJauan here on Sunday, May 20th. We are having a conversation about self-care with Ursula Foster. We have had some technical difficulties, but we are back again. I logged out, she logged out. I'm not going to invite her, and now let's see how this is going to work. Ursula is a licensed massage therapist. She is a self-care strategist. She lives in Atlanta, Georgia. She helps women create self-care plans. Okay, here we go. Bam. There she go. Here we go. They receive an invite. Add. Okay, good job, Ursula. I think we got it. It says bring you on camera. Ladies, let me know when she says adding. Do you see it, ladies? Okay. It says adding.
Yay!
Hey, we did it. We did it. I feel like the
Oh my gosh. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. And I can see you. Awesome.
Okay, good.
Okay, let's start over.
Awesome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good
Okay.
morning.
So Ursula, you probably heard this like 500 times every time people introduce you. Ursula is a licensed massage therapist, self-care strategist, helps women create self-care plans with simple tools that give them permission to be less busy and focused, more focused, and incorporate self-care into their lives every single solitary day. Now later I want to break this down because I have some little questions about this whole thing right here. But my husband has a question. I think it was my husband or Jasmine. I think it was Jasmine. She wants to know, good morning, by the way. Ursula is actually my friend. I
Good
think we were
morning.
friends before I got married. Was I married when I met you?
Yes.
Okay, so I was married.
Um,
Not very
no,
long.
you were married, but newly. We were young. We were really young.
Yeah. So my daughter Jasmine, who's on the call, and my husband and Kennedy, Jasmine wants to know, what is self-care? Or did you say, why is self-care important? Was that your question, Jazz? Why is self-care important? Why is self-care important? That's her question.
Well, I really like the first question. So I'd like to answer that one, and it will help me to answer the second one,
Okay.
which is, what is self-care?
Okay.
What is self-care? I have a very, very simple explanation for what that is. It's a deliberate, intentional act that you do for your own health and well-being. It's simple as that. It's something that's deliberate and intentional. So now, why does it make it important? It's important because it's deliberate and intentional, and it's for your overall health and well-being. Now, exactly what self-care is for each and every one of us, that's our discussion this morning.
Okay.
What does it mean? What is it for you, and what is it for Jasmine, and what is it for your husband, and what is it for everyone that's on the live today? That's our conversation.
So I really didn't want to write. I wrote out some questions, but I didn't really want to do questions just in case we got somewhere where we need to be, not just what I want to know. But this is a question. I have a
Okay.
19-year-old daughter. I have a 17-year-old daughter. And then, of course, I can tell my age. I'm 47. Am I 47? Yeah, 47. Is it important for her to have? It's important for a 19-year-old to have a self-care plan. Is it important for a 17-year-old plan? Because I noticed maybe your focus is on women. Focus on. Is there a certain age group that you focus on? And do you think self-care at that age? Hey, does she need to have every single solitary day at 19 years old a self-care plan? She said no.
Yes, I want to say every single solitary day, only because the way I do self-care plans is, it's simple things. It's not some big elaborate thing that you have to really overthink. Like, I'll give you an example. We shower daily.
I hope so.
We brush our teeth daily.
Right.
There's things that we do every day or almost every day.
Uh-huh.
So in those simple acts, I show people how to incorporate self-care. Let's take the shower thing. When you're taking a shower, you're imagining or visualizing yourself having that stress just wash down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
You're visualizing as you're soaping up, as you're getting ready, as you're, washing yourself, and you're watching that soap and that water go down the drain. In your mind, okay, all of my stress is going down, things that are bugging me, things that are bothering me, things that are going on. I'm trying to set myself up for the day this morning. I'm trying to set myself up for all the things that I need to get done. That's a very simple act. You've taken out no extra time. You've done nothing extra.
Mm-hmm.
You've not written anything down,
Mm-hmm.
but you've incorporated it very simply, very quietly into your life. And that's why when I say every single solitary day, people look at me and like, what? But it can be done.
Okay.
And it should be at any age.
Because you said every single. Now, why could you just say every day? Why did you add every single solitary day instead of just like every day?
Because people look at me weird and go, what? Every single solitary day. I want to put emphasis on that.
Okay.
Because you want to eat every single solitary day. That's something you need to do unless you're fasting or something special like that. But there are certain things that you do for your health, for your well-being, that you do every single solitary day. And I want self-care to be just as important as you eating, sleeping, and all the other things that you do for your health.
Okay, why? My husband wants to know, Brian, what made you focus on self-care? Why is that important for you to help somebody every single solitary day to help them with self-care? Why?
We all have our own personal story. My personal story started with my own personal health. I had issues with fertility. I lost my third baby when I was married. And then some years later, my blood pressure rose to 175 over 112. I went in for a routine doctor's appointment, and my doctor is looking at me like, did you run here from your house? I mean, he's in my face. He's like making me sit down in the lobby for an hour. He just can't believe that I walked into his office with blood pressure that high. I mean, I literally could have stroked out right there. They were almost going to admit me. And so that's why self-care became important to me. As I've been doing this movement of being self-care aware, I'm getting more and more stories about women, mostly women. I get stories from men too, but my target is mostly women. But I hear stories about women not just being a little tired and a little bit sleepy. I mean serious health issues due to stress and exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why it became important for me, for my own health, for my well-being. It became a life or death situation. You can't be walking around with blood pressure that high.
Okay. Vincent is asking, we tend to focus on our physical self-care. How important is it for our emotional and spiritual self-care for our total being?
It is very, very important. And I talk about, for me, my journey started because of physical issues that I was having. But then as I began to work on myself, just personally, I started to see emotional issues, spiritual issues, just overall in all those areas of my life that could use some self-care, that could use some self-love. So yes, it is very, very important to address all the areas of your life, not just the one.
Do you provide like additional resources for that? Because okay, you're a massage therapist, so you're pretty much working on the physical part.
Mm-hmm.
Then is there so say like you say women. So if you go to my house and there's a bunch of women here, bless my husband's heart. But then there's him. There's my mother-in-law, there's my two daughters, there's me, and you focus on me, but he needs that too. Is there a resource that you then provide to the clients that you don't service, or how does that I know we should stay on our purpose. And you do what you do, but do you feel the need to provide resources for other people that may not be who you service?
Yeah, I absolutely do. On my website, I do have resources. I have a book, You Can't Pour from an Empty Cup. I also have ebooks, Stop Drowning in Your Empty Cup. And at the end of that book, it's a workbook. And at the end of that book, there is a self-care plan sheet that you can actually print out and write. And you can use it daily if you want. You can use it weekly. You can use it monthly, however you see fit to use it. But I do have resources. My website is iamselfcareaware.com.
Okay. So my daughters know I listen to motivational tapes in my car. I got Audible on my phone. I listen to Eric Thomas. I listen to Gary Vee that's yelling at me, screaming at me in the morning, saying, get up, grind, hustle, stop being lazy, put in that work, you're an entrepreneur, you suck, you hear those type of things. And you are saying, I want to give you permission to rest. And I think you said to rest every day of your life. So what is the difference between getting that work in, you putting in that work, hustle and grind, and laziness? Because there's a difference between self-care and being lazy. Because I could be chilling because that's a part of my self-care. Tonight is my movie night. I'm a chill. But you're going to do it every night a movie night. You're going to do it every night, take a shower. You're going to do it every night, get a foot massage. Like what's the difference between self-care and laziness? Because I feel like we've been doing a 30-day self-care challenge. And I felt like I relaxed a little bit more than I wanted to. So then how do I come out of that to say, should I being lazy or is it self-care? Do you understand the question?
Yes. There is a big difference between self-care and lazy. And I do understand the hustle and grind. I'm an entrepreneur too. If I'm not massaging some bodies, then I'm not going to be able to pay my rent. So I get that. What I'm trying to get people to understand is that you can hustle, but you write down all kinds of dates in your book. You have your goal setters planner.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got all your goals written in your planner. All I'm asking is that you incorporate the self-care into your plans. Continue to hustle
day.
every single solitary day. That means if you get up in the morning, Sheréa, and you just have 10 minutes of quiet time before you start your hustle, that's self-care.
Okay.
If you sit down to have an actual meal instead of just grabbing something on the go, and you sit down and you actually eat your food and you're actually mindful of what you're eating, you actually gave thanks for the food that you had on your plate, that is self-care. See, I'm trying to educate people on what the definition of it is, because I think people get it confused with, well, I'm just gonna laze around all day and just, get my nails done and get my hair done. And, that is not what I'm talking about. Even those are great things to do too. I love to get a pedicure and get my hair done and stuff too. But I'm trying to go a little bit deeper than just some pampering.
Okay.
I'm talking about this is your overall health and well-being.
I got my first massage, I want to say maybe 15 years ago or 13 years, I don't know. Somebody bought me, I was working at a church doing children's ministry in LA, and someone bought me a massage from, I don't know, it was a popular massage place out there, but they also took me there. Good morning, Monique. She took me there because she knew that either I wasn't going to go or I was going to keep the gift certificate and I wasn't going to use it for myself. So she said, not only am I buying you a massage, I'm going to drive you there and I'm going to wait for you to finish the massage. I'm going to make sure that you actually take it. And it was all right. I wasn't really trying to have nobody in the bathtub, because they did the bath. I mean, I guess it was pretty expensive. I was there quite a bit of time, I had the steam, had this and that. I didn't do it again. And then I just had another massage maybe a couple months ago. Same thing. Somebody bought it for me. Somebody paid for it. They had the person come to my house because they didn't want me to drive to go get it because they knew I wasn't going to get it. So if
I need your friends.
when it was done, my daughter said, would you have done that for yourself? Now that you know how much it cost, because it wasn't cheap, would you have spent the same money to do that massage for yourself? Now, my first answer was going to be no, of course not. Not spending that much money on the massage. Then later I started thinking about it. Do you think that um, people have a problem with the cost of self-care? Do you think they have a problem with thinking they deserve? Because if I have a $200 bill or $150 bill that needs to be paid, and yet this massage is $150, I'm like, I'm good. I'll just skip the massage, pay the bill. So, do you think that there's it's do we deserve it? Do you think that we feel like either we don't deserve it or self care is too much or what do you think about that?
Yeah, that's actually one of the first steps in my book is mindset. First of all, you have to believe that you deserve self-care. Now, I'm a massage therapist. That's what I do. So, of course, that's what I'm going to push. But
Okay.
that's only one out of
Why?
so many different ways. For me, massage.
Yes.
Well, for my massage sessions are more than just me rubbing some oil on you in a dark room. We're going to do a little bit more than that. I go into stretches, I go into meditation, allow you to have some quiet time. It's really your time. And I'm a massage therapist, so that is my way of getting the message through to people. But it's not the only way. It's not the only road. And not all of my clients really do massage. And that's why I talk to them about other ways that they can incorporate self-care that don't cost anything. I mean, how much does it cost for you to go and sit out on your deck or go to a park or even sit in your car at lunchtime
Right.
and just read, instead of eating at your desk while you're working, just to get away from your desk? How much did that cost? There are other ways to incorporate self-care that don't cost anything. And things that don't cost as much as a massage. But the mindset has to be that I deserve something. And not only something, I deserve it every day. I deserve to do something for myself every day. It's a mindset shift.
What if you don't feel like you deserve it? It gets to a point like if someone pays for a massage for you and you get the massage done, it doesn't mean that you feel like you deserve it. So it's gonna take a person a couple years to feel like they deserve it before they actually purchase it, before they actually do it. Is there a system or steps or something you recommend to get to the point where you feel you deserve self-care? Like, how do you get into, like you said, the mindset? How do I first get into the mindset to say, hey, there's some people they don't need to get in the mindset. They like, I deserve it. I want it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it now. But then there's those, and I know you kind of specialize in caregivers. A lot of caregivers. I mean, I used to do childcare for like 15 years, and I wore the same pants. I washed them, of course, hair back in a ponytail, same T-shirt, and I did that because I knew that kids needed me. They were going to throw up on me, they were going to poop on me, and I had to be there for them. At the end of the day, it's time to clean the house, it's time to get ready for the next day. So self-care for me, it wasn't really self-care. It's like I have to be there for other people. And then sometimes you're not all the way there because you're tired, which is what, why you're saying, hey, it's important. How do you get that caregiver to take away time from caring? Because when you remove yourself from the environment of caring, you feel like they need me. And I don't have time to leave you because you're going to need me. I don't have time to go and take care of myself because I feel like that's selfish. So what's the difference between selfish, and self-care? No. You there?
Means that you're not
Can you guys hear?
taking care of
Yeah.
yourself out of, can you guys still hear? Okay. You're not taking care of yourself and others out of love. But with self-care, but
Oh, there. All right, people. I think we lost a good question, Monique. I'll ask her that. We got a little disconnected. How much time should be dedicated to daily to self-care? I'm gonna bring her back on to answer that question, but I know earlier she was saying, 10 minutes a day you can spend on self-care just by taking a shower. And instead of just going in and taking a shower, she was saying, as you take your shower, you're envisioning washing away all the stress or just relaxing in that moment and saying, as this water drains, all my stress, my worries, my cares are draining. Simple things like brushing your teeth, just brushing your teeth differently, eating, and instead of eating on the go, I used to do that. Sometimes I still do, but I try to be intentional about eating. I try to eat, sit at the table with a fork and try to finish my food instead of trying to rush on the go. Sometimes you have to eat on the go, sometimes you eat on the go, but if you're always eating on the go, we just did because we're doing a 30-day self-care challenge. And the first challenge was to take yourself out to lunch with no phone, no nothing, and have lunch with yourself. Um, okay, I'm gonna bring you. I think I can bring you back on. Let's see. Okay, so thank you guys. This is a really good conversation about self-care. Ursula's website is iamselfcareaware.com. She has a couple books there. She has a couple products there. Um, And she also has a Facebook group that I'm a part of where she comes on again and does like live calls and um, gives information on self care. Okay, I'm trying to add you back on, Ursula. I did have a question from Monique who asked about how many minutes should she spend um, daily on self care. Um, it says no answer from live, no answer from live video guest. Mm. Oh, this is good. Jasmine, can you still view us? Can you still view me? Yeah. I'm trying to add her back on. Thank you guys. Monique, I'm gonna ask her that question when she comes on. Um, it says no answer from live video guest. So yeah, make sure you guys visit her website. I am self care aware. And if you're in Atlanta, uh, let's see. I find now that I just had my second baby. I don't get the time like I used to. Everyone says sleep when baby sleeps, but in my head, I have long. That is like, you know what about the baby? And it's been a long time for me, like about 17, 18 years since I had an infant. But let me write that down. That is true. They say that when the baby sleeps, you sleep, or when the baby sleeps, you want to finish the work because there's work to be done. And I really believe that. Um, I'm now a believer in self-care. I wasn't really a believer. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't a believer. I believe that I need to hustle my butt. I need to work and I need to finish my business. And now, I'm usually up 2:30, 3 o'clock, and it's been mornings. I was, I'm just gonna sleep in today. I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow. I'm gonna go to bed early. My husband's like, "You going to bed?" It's like, "Yep, good night." But I've been working on my self-care, all month. Um, her book is you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you're tired, you're exhausted, you're frustrated, and then you're taking care of the baby's going to be frustrated and tired and feel that anxiety too. So we have to find ways, little small tiny ways to incorporate that self-care into our life. So it would be good if even I'm going to talk to Ursula, maybe make a checklist for moms that could take care of their babies while um just some tips on that. Like, how would you do that? Like, when you take your bath, maybe get your husband or get somebody else in the family to give you, so when you take as I do detox baths, get your Epsom salt, your baking soda, your let's see, essential oils and candles, and at least 10 minutes, get that shower going. Let me see, she's back on. Okay. I feel it's selfish on my part not to take care of myself, then expect myself to take care of someone else. These are good. I'm trying to get her back on, y'all. We got me and her. It says no answer from live video. Ursula, I think you have to do some kind of setting on your phone again because it says no answer from host live video guest. I'm trying to approve it. I have a question for Vincent. You say you feel it's selfish on your part not to take care of yourself. Have you always felt like that? Did you grow to that? Were you taught that? Especially being a male, because I'm just now getting to that point of self-care because I feel like I need it. I feel like, and I think sometimes the pressures, like I know my daughter's graduating, and then you have the schedules where you're taking everybody to school, you're picking everybody up. Now, when that changes, you could feel like, okay, I have some more time for myself, where I don't feel selfish. But you didn't feel selfish anyway. So, did you grow to that, Vincent, or were you always like that? And then while he's answering that, Ursula says one of the 10 commandments is to ask for help. So she has 10 commandments to self-care. I saw that on her website. All right. Ursula, I'm trying to add you again. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to do this again because this is really good. Hopefully I'll be able to get her back on, and then we'll probably um, go a couple more minutes for us tech savvy challenged entrepreneurs over here. Either that or it's my lovely Android. That's Bella. She says good morning and that she's working on her self-care. That is our dog. She have dogs, they don't play with their self-care. They demand it. Ursula, I don't have the little green thing next to your Okay, you guys, I don't want to end without having her on camera. We're probably gonna I was taught that in military. I can't teach or help anyone else. Very interesting. So when you were taught that in military, was it taught like, because when you think of military, it's like, I mean, are you saying that you can't help anybody unless you help yourself, and then you related that to self-care, or are you saying self-care was taught in military? Because when you think about military, you don't really think about self-care, like I'm gonna take care of myself. Like the whole thing is like an act of duty to help somebody else and be strong and this and that. And then when I think of self-care, I'm like, okay, take a bath, do a picnic, you know, drink some cold, fresh water. As a male, Vincent, is when you say self-care, take care of yourself first, are you thinking about some of those activities, or are there different male self-care activities. Okay. Okay, I think you're coming back, Ursula. Okay, hi.
Okay. Hey.
Oh, wait, and I, well, we had a couple of questions, which I thought was really, really, really good. I'm not trying, nobody trying to change your business and overload you, but
No,
we
go
had a
ahead.
question about a baby, Monique. She said she had a baby, and they said when the baby sleep, you sleep, but yet there's so many things to do because when you're awake, the baby's awake, so you're taking care of the baby, but you're not taking care of other stuff, the house or whatever needs to be done. So, what is your take on having a newborn? Let's say I find now that I just had my second baby, I don't get the time like I used to. Everyone says sleep when the baby sleeps, but in my head, I have a long list of to-do items. Any, um, advice for her who had a second baby?
Yes. I don't have a young baby, but just the other day I got really overwhelmed with my to-do list because I was like, I have a million things to do and I need to get it all done, by this date or whatever. It was getting me so stressed out that I had to just stop for a minute. And I said, okay, Ursula, you're going to pick three things off this list that are the top priority, just three. And I wrote them down and I stuck to them that day. Now, all through the day, things were coming at me still saying, you still got to do this, you still got to do that. But I had made a commitment to myself to stick to just the three items, just the
Mm-hmm.
three things. Now, if do you think you can, if you have 100 things to do on your to-do list and your baby's napping, do you really think you're going to get all of that done? I mean,
Mm-mm.
where is that going to put your stress level? I mean, quite honestly, are you going to get everything done on that list? And then when that baby wakes up, are you going to feel like you've gotten anything done? But if you list three things that are the most important things that you need to get within this time frame, you have to be realistic. How long is the baby going to sleep really? I mean, you have
Right.
to make the commitment to yourself. You just have to, because we're
Every
all
single
busy.
solitary day.
You're gonna torture me with that, aren't you?
No, I mean, but I might need to see a T-shirt. I might need to buy you a T-shirt that you get ready to create that says every single solitary day. Like, yeah, that's what I said. Every single solitary. Did you hear me? Every single solitary day. And that needs to be an affirmation to say, no, not every day. Every single solitary day.
Every single
Um,
solitary, yes.
so we're gonna end this conversation. I didn't mean to have you on here for an hour. I know most of that was trying to get on, but this was really, really, really good. And
I
I
know,
wanted
I'm
to,
sorry, and there was some questions and we didn't even get to some comments that people made. So maybe we have to try this again and hopefully it
yeah,
will work right.
yeah. Now that we got some, we know how to do it a little bit better. And sometimes it is Facebook, sometimes it's our phone, sometimes it's things that you can't even, handle. But um, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Some stuff was in and some stuff was out, and I'll repost it and you'll be able to watch it again and share it with your friends. I want to go again. Ursula is a licensed massage therapist, self care strategist. She helps women create self care plans with simple tools that give them permission, like you have her permission to take care of yourself every single solitary day. And she's the author of several books. Her website is iamselfcareaware.com, and I'll put that link. One of the there was a lot of takeaways. Two things I want to point out as far as takeaways is 10 minutes a day. She said you can give at least 10 minutes a day. It doesn't cost you anything with regular routines that you're already doing, like taking a shower. Taking a shower, and as you're taking a shower, you're kind of in visualizing the stress leaving from your body. And then, like Monique talked about the baby, if you have a long to-do list, maybe change your to-do list to your at the top, maybe your top three. If I don't do anything on this list today, what top 3 things have to be done. So right when the baby gets asleep, one of those things you take care of yourself. Maybe go sit down with some tea for a second, and then go to step 2. Your next list. So Ursula, do you have any? I want to thank everybody for joining. Early this morning. Ursula, do you have any closing comments you want to make?
Yes. First of all, I want to thank everyone for being on the call and being so patient with all the technical difficulties. I really hope that at least one thing you can walk away with, remembering that self-care is a deliberate and intentional act. And that means you have to, like anything else, like if you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to go to the gym or you're trying to do things on a routine, you have to make a commitment to it, just like with anything else. But this time you're making a commitment to yourself. And you're not being selfish by running over everyone and saying, screw you guys, screw my family, screw my husband, screw everything, and just walk all over everyone. But there are ways, subtle ways, that you can incorporate self-care into your life every single solitary day. It is possible. You do deserve it. You do deserve good health. It's for everyone. And if you have any questions or any thoughts, because we had so many technical difficulties, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Send me a direct message. I'll answer your questions personally. We can continue to have a conversation. Check out my website, iamselfcareaware.com. I've got tools, I've got products there, meditations there, things that you can use if you're not here in Atlanta to get a massage from me. And if you are, make an appointment with me. We can have a discussion about your self-care plan there as well. So thank you so much, Sheréa.
All right. Well, have a good Sunday, everybody. We'll have to do this again. And take care of yourself. All right. See you later, Ursula.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye.